Good morning. Welcome to LoveBabz, LoveTalk. I like that music, Harry. That music was pretty banging. I'm feeling that. Who is that? I like that. It was nice. Good morning. Welcome to LoveBabz, LoveTalk. It's weekend eve. It's Thursday. Ooh, it's a lot going on. So if you're around tonight, come to the New Haven Museum. Get a ticket. Come to the New Haven Docs Gala. We're screening Black Barbie. It's the documentary on the makings and the beginnings of the Black Barbie. And I am going to be in a conversation with the director. I'm excited about this. So if you're around, show up. Buy yourself a ticket and come and support this wonderful film, this documentary. So I hope everybody is good. Yesterday, we had a quite successful and illuminating New Haven, the independent reviewers meetup at Known co-working space, which has come a long way and looks really, really good. So we brought in some folks. Well, Paul Bass brought in some folks from Tulsa and LA and New York and Oakland and all points in between to talk about the launch, the independent reviewers collab, and it was really good. It was really, really, really good. And the panel was so, I love a panel that can handle themselves. Do you know what I mean? Like can handle themselves. And three folks, all of them were from New Haven. It was just a wonderful, rich conversation. Well done. So high five, Stacy Gillette and myself, Paul Bass, and then we went to Bar for pizza. Let me tell you something. Bar vegan pizza sucks. They used to have vegan cheese pizza. I don't know what happened. They used to have vegan cheese pizza because when the Long Wharf Theater hosted their event back in the back room, they had all kinds of vegan cheese pizza. Vegan cheese pizza. I had it and it was good. So I don't know why they doing this or whatever they're doing now with no vegan cheese. It's not like you can't find vegan cheese. So that is my criticism. That is my artistic criticism of Bar. But the beer was cold. And then we walked over to Long Wharf Theater, the reviewers and I, and all of us, and saw Wish You Were Here, which was, I don't know if you could time this even better. It's an Iranian play about three Iranian friends, three Muslim and one Jewish women friends who, through the turn of events in Iran, you see their lives unfold a little bit and how friendships are never really undone. So that was good last night. So it was good. We had a good time. Harry Droz even showed up to know, which I was really I was really freaking out. Who has COVID? Tom who? Breen? That's not good. He won't be able to. He just got back from a wedding. Oh. Who has COVID? Harry. Oh, Sticks Bones. Oh, that was Sticks Bones and Fearless, the music. Yeah, let's play their music more. That music is good. I was feeling that. So yeah, so it's a lot going on. So let me tell you what's happening, and then I'll jump into whatever it is I talk about. My left foot hurts. Periodically, my left foot, sometimes my foot hurts. I don't know what this is. It's just the top of the foot. And I think maybe because sometimes I'll wear the same shoe too many times in a row. I think that's what I notice. Oh, okay. Well, it's announced. Feel better. So, feel better. Sorry. When you post stuff, Harry, put the shh in front of it so I don't say it out loud. Otherwise, how am I gonna know? So the top part of And I think it happens because I wear the same shoe over and over several days in a row. And at this point in my life, I don't think I could do that anymore. I think I have to change. I have to change my shoes. I feel like I'm 5 years old. I gotta change my shoes. I can't wear the same shoes in a row. So that's that. I haven't been really listening to the news, but I know what's going on. World News Tonight last night on ABC did a whole thing on Israel and what is happening in these stories. I don't know. I feel some kind of way about them putting microphones in people under tremendous stress and trauma. It just feels exploited to me. You know, they had this young family, young kids on. A boy and his sisters, and their grandfather has to care for them because terrorists shot in their door, and their parents jumped on him to shelter him from the bullets, and they were killed, and he survived, but he stayed on the ground underneath them without moving so that they wouldn't keep shooting. And then they set fire to the living room of the house wherever they were living, and he just barely got out. He got hit in the stomach, but it wasn't life-threatening. And they're talking to him in the hospital, and their grandfather and the sisters, and they're sitting on the bed, and they seem shell-shocked, which they should be, because their parents paid the ultimate sacrifice to protect them. And they're just asking them questions like, well, how do you feel? And what's it like? And I just wanted to just like, if y'all don't get in front of these babies and let these children alone, come back in 10 years and talk to them about this. I find that kind of stuff exploitive because these news outlets want to be the ones that get up and close and personal and bring these stories to people. And it feels like they don't care. Like, you're not thinking, these are children. I don't care if their grandfather gave them permission to talk. And I get, that if you talk about this stuff while it's happening, maybe it'll change hearts and minds. But the people who can make a difference with this are not watching this. This is like trauma porn. Maybe I'm the only one that feels this way, but I can't stand any trauma anywhere in the world, whether it's terrorism, domestic violence, fire in the house, whatever it is. I hate when news people run up on people and want to get an opinion after a great trauma. Why? Oh, I can't stand it. I just can't stand it. And these people haven't had a chance to process what has happened to them, let alone children. I just find that shocking and disingenuous and opportunistic and exploited. Don't stop talking to people after great trauma. After any trauma. It's just, that stuff bothers me. And then, they got all these little reporters on the ground running along the military. And, oh, look at this. And oh, why? What do you get out of that? Why are we watching that? And I turned from it because I couldn't stand it, because I couldn't believe it. I saw it and I was like, what is it? And you could hear the bombs going off. I don't, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, and somebody will tell me if I'm wrong about this. Value in that. I do not see, it seems dangerous. It seems ridiculously dangerous, not just for the journalists, but for the military people that got to keep their damn eye on the journalists and, keep one eye on what they're doing and one eye on the journalists. And even though I know they go there at their own risk, they're still going to keep an eye on these journalists who are in their way. I don't get this. I wish news outlets would stop doing it. Just like I wish they would stop sending weather people out in bad weather. I don't see the point. Why can't they stand in why can't you build a glass room off your studio where they can go stand in the glass room and look out and say, this is what it looked like outside. Why do they have to be in the elements? We have progressed from that point. You could put all kinds of cameras and drones outside in the elements. You don't need weather people out in the elements talking about, oh, it's windy out. I just think that's just stupid and exploited. So I don't find that to be giving me the news. It just feels exploitive to me. That's how I feel. And it just feels exploited. And I wish they would stop doing it. You know, I just stop sticking. And they do it on the local news. They do it everywhere after a shooting. Well, tell me what it was like. And did you have any indication? And did you know? It's like, what? So, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. It's just wild to me. You know, it's just wild. So that's my mindset right now. Every time I watch these news outlets, I think that's probably why I'm so news fatigued. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. I just, for the life of me, cannot stand it. I'm drinking tea this morning. That's what made me run a little late. I was making some tea, and I was making some tea, in the microwave. So, what opening night? What event? What event am I? I don't know. I'm hosting a talk tonight. I'm hosting the talk back for the Black Barbie documentary. Hey! So people were texting me early in the morning. I'm on air. I'm gonna start calling people out. I can answer. Sometimes I can answer if it's a quick yes or no answer. So sometimes I answer. I'm a little I've been taking Harry, I've been taking what have I been taking? Magnesium supplements. They're really making a difference in my sleep. I really am sleeping deeply. I'm not sleeping a lot, like it's not 7 hours. It's not 7 hours. But it is it is profoundly good sleep. So I'm getting up to about 5 hours, which is nice. I like 5 hours. 6 hours at the most. Beyond that, I get achy. I really do. I get achy. And that's been like this my whole life. I've never been one of these people that could sleep in the bed for hours and hours and hours. Because if I do it, I get achy and it feels like I never went to bed. Then my body starts to hurt, so I don't do it. So good morning, Roberto. I think my brother is saying good morning. How was the service for Candace? I didn't get a chance to come because I didn't find out about the service until I saw Martin's Facebook page the day of. And I'm already on the radio when I see it. So I was like, oh, because I didn't get any intel, which is fine, I guess. I would have made arrangements to take the day off, I think. But I had a lot going on. I don't even know when the service was. I think it was yesterday or the day before. But I know when I saw it on Martin's Facebook page, it was already happening. I was like, oh, because I thought my brother Robert would tell me, because he tells me every damn thing else. I thought he would send me a message and say, oh, don't forget the funeral is this day, that day, and over here. But he didn't do that. So I don't know how he thought I was gonna find out. I mean, I'm pretty popular in this town. I get a lot of intel, but I didn't get that intel. I think people just assume that sometimes I know more than I know. I didn't know. So I didn't get any. It wasn't until I saw Martin's Facebook page the day of, and with Facebook, with the algorithms, sometimes I don't see posts of people who follow me or who's friends with me all the time. And I rarely see Martin's Facebook posts. So I was a little surprised when I saw it, because he had posted. I saw what he posted when she had passed. This is our niece who passed. Actually, my sister-in-law, my brother's wife, her sister's daughter. So this is her niece. And so we've got, you marry people's family, you take on their kids. So she's my niece too. And her son is my grandnephew. That's just how we roll, right? Everybody's family. We just all call it and claim it. And so I saw that, but he didn't have any information about when the service was going to be. He just was saying that she had passed and his heart was broken and the whole thing. And you know how people do on Facebook when they do that kind of stuff. And then when I saw the actual notice for the service, I was on air and I saw it. I was like, oh, it was happening now, like 10 o'clock or something or other. So I was like, oh, I can't get over there. So anyway, she knew that I cared deeply for her and loved her. I'm so sorry. Sickle cell is such you would think that we would have a cure by now. And I know it does not get the same public awareness raising as other chronic illnesses and diseases. And we have got to sort of step that up. And I have made a commitment since knowing Candace to run articles on sickle cell. Like, I consistently run articles about sickle cell in the Independent. I mean, in the inner city, because this is primarily affects Black people, and this just gets lost in all the other bigger known illnesses. Like, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and not to take away from Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but sickle cell is among us and with us, and we need to be raising money for additional research to cure it. Simple as that. So I say all that to say, it is unbelievably sad that a woman so young succumbs to sickle cell. And even though she has lived longer than most people with sickle cell, it is a tragedy and a heartbreak. And she will be greatly missed. Like, she will really be greatly missed. And I can't imagine what her mother must be feeling and experiencing. Because I think this is what I know about the natural order of things. No parent wants to bury their child. No parent. No parent wants to bury their child. The natural order of things is that we as parents grow old and our children bury us. And so that the family and the lineage goes on, not the other way around. So it's painful. And I get why it's painful, because no parents want to have to deal with burying their own children. That's painful. So, I hope I never see it in my lifetime. I will tell you that. I don't want to see that. My mother did it and she never really recovered. My mother went on and had a wonderful life, I would imagine, but she never recovered from losing her son. She just never recovered from losing her first son. And even though she had two more sons who she loved deeply and dearly, and even named the second son after the first son, she never recovered from that loss. And I know it. I know it. I know it. So it's a painful thing, I think. I know it's a painful thing. Particularly when you don't I saw it last night. So the play last night was Wish You Were Here. Uh, so yeah, I saw it last night. Thought of you. Anyway. Oh, Carla, Carla, Carla. Anyway, that's where I'm at. So, peace and blessings to the Edwards family. These are the times that try men's souls. But, I always say we are built for these times. We are built for these times. And all of us that are standing in this moment, we were meant to be standing in this moment. Because, I'm going to tell you, I think about this, not often, but I think about this periodically. There's so many things that could kill us at any moment. So many things. So we are, humans are very fragile. And I think we don't know how fragile we are. We have no idea. Anytime, at any moment, things could kill us. Like things could kill us. We could fall down the stairs and break our necks. We could eat a piece of steak and choke, or apple, or a piece of candy corn, or choke. You could fall down a flight of steps. An anvil could fall on your head. You could crash and be in a car accident, or a plane accident, or a train accident, or a bus accident, or a bicycle accident. You could have a heart attack or an aneurysm. Somebody could kill you. I mean, we are very fragile, and it's lost on us, the fragility of human life. It is lost on us. It is very much lost on us how fragile we are. Because if we knew how fragile we are, we would live differently. We would love differently. We would converse differently. We would interact differently. If we really knew how fragile and how so little time and how so much time we have. Can you imagine? We have so little time and so much time. And I don't say that to say people should run themselves ragged doing all manner of things. Nope, I don't suggest that. What I'm suggesting is whatever the hopes and dreams on that shelf, get them down, dust them off, and step into them. Because somebody in my cohort, my Yale Access to Law School cohort, had said that they were at a law school admissions fair, and the person that was leading the fair went to one particular school, but they really wanted to go to another particular school, and they didn't apply because they didn't believe that they could get in. Now, I don't know why they believed that they couldn't get in, but the takeaway was, what they said was, rejection is far better than regret. And let me tell you something, that hit me where I live, because in that moment, I was struggling with LSAT score. My second LSAT score was lower than my first LSAT, like considerably lower than my first LSAT score. And it bothered me, because then it brought home to me. I don't know. I stepped into this place of believing that maybe this is not what I should be doing. Maybe I don't have what it takes. And I'm not one of these people that talk myself out of stuff. I'm usually talking myself. I'm usually like, I can do anything. But in this moment, I just had a little bout of self-doubt. And that quote came through the group me chat just in the nick of time. And it was as if it was like a lightning bolt. Rejection is far better than regret. I was like, what? And so I was meeting with Kayla Vincent yesterday, because I had called her because I was so worked up about this. And I had already met with my coach who, tried to assuage my fears, but, and I think she did a pretty decent job, but I was already too far gone in my in my self-doubt that I needed stronger reinforcement. And so Kayla met with me yesterday. And by the time I met with her, I've already worked this out. Like I've already calmed myself. But it was good to sit and chat with her and tell her what I was going through in the process. And she reiterated the same thing. She was like, listen, let these schools tell you, let these schools say no. You don't say no. You let these schools say no. I was tickled by that. She was like, don't you say no. You let these schools say no. And that reinforces rejection is a much doable thing than regret. And I don't like standing on regret. I don't want to because it will eat me alive. That's why I'm going to law school now at 60. And I hope somebody, and so I had a long talk with them. And I was like, did you ever a time when nobody gets picked? Like, what if I don't get picked for any law school? And I think about that. What if no one says no? What if everybody says no? What do I do? And then she's like, don't worry about it. And she's like, don't worry about how to pay for it. Think about that later. You got time. So I'm trying to go for early admissions. That's my goal. That's my goal. Oh, this tea is so good. I always forget how much I like tea until I drink tea. I should be drinking tea every day. And then I read somewhere that the tea that we're drinking is not as potent as it should be. I hate people. I hate people. I hate people. I hate people. Are they closer to a Speaker of the House yet? No? All right. All right. And is it Robert Kennedy? Robert Kennedy III? He's an idiot. I know those Kennedy family, the Kennedy family already sent out a little note and a letter to everybody. He does not reflect the views of his father, of his grandfather, of the former president, the late president. He doesn't reflect not a damn thing about us and what we stand for. We don't know how he got in the family. That's essentially what the tone was. I know they digging through records like, was he adopted? Like, what the hell? Who the hell is he? Because, he's an anti-vaxxer. And I know Ted Kennedy must be turning in his grave. Like, what the hell are you doing? So I don't know what gene pool he came from, but he don't got the Kennedy mystique. He sound like a cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Now he want to run for president. I'm like, let me tell you something. All these white men who just think this is what I love and hate about white men. They wake up in the morning and say, I want to do this thing. And guess what? They go and just say, I'm just going to get an exploratory team without any thought about qualification, wherewithal, or if anybody wants them. It's like, they are the dream girls. White men are the dream girls. They are I am telling you. I'm not going. White men could sing this song and nobody would be like, people would be like, yeah. That's who they are. That's who they are. I am telling you, I'm not going. And then they just like, you and you and you. You're gonna love me. See, that's white men in America, all over the world, I suspect. Uh, 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 so it was just, I don't know what to make of these politics. But this is what I do think, though. At some point, I do think at some point the tides will turn, like we'll reach a tipping point with this level of foolishness. But I think we need some folks to rise up. I wish they weren't working so hard to curtail Kamala Harris the way that they are. I mean, they're working very hard to clip her wings and to keep her. And I'm saying the Biden administration, like they are working very hard not to have her shine so much because they know the power of Black women, and they know if she gets out there and really shines, she could really be a force to be reckoned with. So, and I know she's behind the scenes making stuff happen because what Black woman isn't? Particularly one with the smarts that she has. And, and the way that they spin this narrative out of, what she did in California and all this stuff. And, it's just outrageous to me. And you know what, I this is what I would inspire the AKAs to do, is to just fight back on that narrative. And I know, we can't really, our sororities and fraternities try to, we stand behind our own, but we don't necessarily, we are bipartisan in how we, democratic and bipartisan in how we approach things. And so, somebody needs to like kick the door down so she could get out. Because, she's in a hostage situation in that Biden administration. Kamala Harris is in a hostage situation in that Biden administration, because she really should be our next president. But them white men is going to do their best to keep her buried in foolishness and stuff. And they know she's smart, because I know she's behind the scenes making stuff happen. Like, I know it. I don't know no Black woman of that caliber, of any caliber, who is not behind the scenes making ish happen. But they're not going to give her the credit because white gonna white. And white men specifically are going to be white men. So they holding her captive and hostage in that vice presidency. I don't care. I said it. I said it. That's where I'm. That's what it looks like to me. So anyway, say la vie. What else is going on in the world? You know what? I haven't checked the cycle. I at the 10:15, I've got the other Malik Jones coming on. Malik Jones. He's coming on. I think he's in North Carolina. And Mr. Jeter and all the folks that are a part of trying to get people's exonerations, bringing the awareness of wrongfully convicted folks to the forefront. And I can't tell you how much I am so troubled by wrongfully convicted folks. So much so that I'm trying to write a piece on it, an essay of sorts. And I got to get cracking on it because I have a deadline. But I'm just I'm just blown away by the fact that people can just go to jail for stuff that they didn't do. I don't get it. I just don't get it. So, and it's troublesome to me. And of the 32 exonerated wrongfully convicted folks, half of them was from New Haven. And so I'm just baffled by, when I read Nicholas Davidoff's book, The Other Side of Prospect, I this is a whole story about this kid who was we call him Bobby. But if I look it up, I would know who it is in real life. But for the sake of the book, it's Bobby. Just watching the play-by-play of that whole scenario just bothered me to no end. And then I find out, I go to this poster making event hosted by the Law and Justice Center at Yale, and they hold it at Possible Futures because they were having a several-day rally in front of City Hall about wrongfully convicted folks. And when I saw how many people were wrongfully convicted, and there are still a few more that are sitting in jail now who they know is wrongfully convicted. They just haven't turned them loose. And a number of years. It is staggering and stunning to me. I don't know how we. I think what I want to know, a couple of things I want to know, like what prevents this? What prevents wrongful convictions? Is there a standard operating procedure to prevent this? That's one. That's what I want to know. Two, I understand that the state is appealing the overturning of the conviction in Malik Jones. They already served 31 years. So the state of Connecticut wants to overturn it, the state's attorney. Now, I don't know what this is about, and I would imagine it's some white man. I think this is white men stuff, right? Because he probably feels some kind of way about being bested by, smarter people who said, Judge Hall, who no one would say is a lightweight by any stretch of any imagination, said this was some shoddy ass police work and poor ass legal representation. Poor ass legal representation. And I just feel sick every time I think about this. I can feel it in my body. Like I feel the tension in my body every time I think about. And so then I have to think about historically all the people that went to their death, wrongfully convicted, who died in prison, wrongfully convicted, who are sitting in prisons now, wrongfully convicted. I don't know how do we stop that? Like, how do we, I guess we have to get police and all kinds of people to want to get to the truth of things. Otherwise, what are we doing? I don't get it. And I don't want to get it. I want it to be corrected. I want it to be corrected. That's where I'm at. I don't want to get too fired up because I gotta get ready for Barbie. I have to get ready for Barbie. I need to get ready for Barbie because Barbie, at the end of the day, Barbie, Black Barbie. So anyway, I'm just riffing off stuff that's just on my nerves. You know what I mean? You know what? That's what I mean. Just gets on my nerves. So anyway, I'm over at the New Haven Inn. It was nice to see Betsy Kim yesterday. Betsy Kim was in town. What a cute self. She was more glad to see Harry than me. I don't appreciate that. No, I don't care. It was nice to see her. She's so cute. Betsy Kim be out there. She be thinking I be doing too much. Betsy Kim be doing a lot. She all over New York, eating, drinking, hanging out with friends. I was like, girl, why you want to hang with me? I should be hanging with you. Hey, Harry.
Hey, Babz, how you doing?
You know what? It's the weekend eve, Harry.
I know. For me, it felt like, a freaking long week, and I've only been here 3 days.
Did you walk down from the WNHH office yesterday?
I
Did you walk
did.
down the street?
I did. I walked down the street. I was like, I was trying not to go, but I got guilted into going.
I don't believe that, Harry. I don't believe you could
No,
be
I wanted,
guilty.
I wanted to go, but let me tell you, it was fun seeing Betsy,
Yeah.
and of course, always seeing Miss Babz Rawls-Ivy in person.
Oh, all right.
It's a thrill.
Yeah, whatever. That's what you say.
Everybody goes, Babz is gonna be there when they try to convince me. There's like there'll be somebody you like there. Like if you get, or if you feel too much anxiety, Babs will be there.
I, I don't know if that's enough. I don't think that's enough of a draw.
No,
But I
so
was freaked out when I saw it. I was like,
I know
Harry, hey,
that
Harry.
Betsy almost dropped her food trying to hug you.
Because the first thing she said to me, she's like, I was hoping to see Harry. I said, well, did you go by the office? She's like, no, I won't have a chance to get by the office. I said, well, he's not coming here. I swear to God. I said, he's not coming here. And the next thing I know, I look around, I was like, oh, shoot. I said, Harry.
Yeah,
And then she heard me say Harry. She came running around the corner. Harry, hi. I was like, okay, Betsy.
yeah. She is she's one of a kind because
I love Betsy. Betsy came
Betsy
along.
is very intelligent and very liberal, but very open to conversation
Yeah.
and never gets insulted or anything like that. No, never gets offended by any crazy stuff. Now, at the end of the conversation, she'll tell me you're crazy, but I like you,
Betsy Kim. It
and
was
that's
nice to see her.
you
So,
gotta love that. I don't mind being called crazy,
okay.
but yeah. So I mean, it was good yesterday. Let me fix this because on the screen we're facing opposite.
Oh,
So
I thought you guys like jump us around.
no, so
Cool.
it was good, and I didn't know you were gonna be the mouthpiece over there.
Oh, well, it was me and Stacy. Stacy
Yes.
and I.
So it was good. I didn't know it was so he has so many people
Yeah.
involved in this project. I mean, it sounds interesting. I mean, I had to leave at 1:30 to come do a show, but
No, it was good. I mean, we wrapped up at about probably an hour later. We
yeah.
stayed till about 2:30. Took some questions. It was good.
Karen saw your pictures on Facebook and she's like, You were there with oh wow, that's Betsy. I'm like, yeah, let's see, that's Betsy. She's like, wow, you took pictures. She's like, you really like Betsy because I could tell in your face.
You
She's like,
do.
it's not a fake
Yeah.
smile.
You're not like looking like a Stepford wife. You like, oh yeah, I was glad to see Betsy. It was nice to see her. I mean, I enjoyed everybody. I enjoyed the whole panel. They were so lively. When you're a facilitator, that's what you want. You don't want to be pulling teeth.
No, well, I mean, yeah, I mean, especially Brian is always impressive to me when you
Mm-hmm.
hear Brian
Well,
talk.
because he's brilliant. And he's such a low key brilliant. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
he's brilliant, but he doesn't take himself brilliant. That's
Yeah,
what I like about him. You know what I mean?
he's very humble. So it's like but he's a very intelligent person.
He is. He's extreme. He's like a polyglot. He's like, gee, I mean, he could do a lot of things amazingly.
Yeah.
That's what I admire. He's got a couple of books under his belt. He's a world-class musician. I mean, he's just smart as all get out, but he doesn't like come across as an asshole.
Well, that's the best type of person that's not always looking down their nose at people.
Yeah, you know.
And yeah, and I bought Brian's one of Brian's post-apocalyptic books. So
Have you read it?
no, I haven't read it yet, but it's in my library. I was gonna read it.
I didn't know he was a writer until we saw it in we saw it in oh God, what is the library down, not the Free Public Library, but the oh
Well,
God.
I didn't know either until I was actually looking for post-apocalyptic books to listen to. And I wanted to, I looked for 4 stars and up, and he was there. I was like, that can't be Brian that I work with. No way. And it sure was. I was like, wow, cool. I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah. Also, you bought it.
I bought it. I haven't read it yet, but eventually I'll. well, I haven't bought the Kindle version yet because I like to do the audio
Is
and
he
then
is
go
he
back to
reading
the
his own
Kindle
books
version.
or somebody else is reading them?
No, he doesn't read his own book.
Okay.
And that's another thing I go by a lot of times. I go and I listen to who's narrating the book before I buy because I know if somebody's gonna put me to sleep, I won't buy the audio version. I'll just buy the book version
Hmm.
or the Kindle version.
Hmm.
But no, it was great yesterday. You see, I hang out, I'm
I
a
know.
I'm a wild and crazy guy.
I really was freaked out. I was like, Paul should get us some studio space over there.
I think Paul
No, there's no space over there either because it'd be
no,
too
there's
expensive.
space everywhere. We could do the movie theater there closing down and just make that a studio.
No, that's way too big of a dream for Paul. He wouldn't he couldn't fathom that.
No, that's too big. He has to be. It has to be like small enough that we have to bump into each other every 5 seconds.
It's gotta feel like a bunker.
That's right.
It's gotta feel like a bunker. So the play was good last night too. I enjoyed it very much. It's timely because it's a Iranian women and a Jewish woman, four Iranian women and four Iranian Muslim women and and uh and an Iranian Jewish woman. And so
So
it's very timely.
you didn't invite me. I wish I would have been invited.
Oh, that's a Paul thing. Listen, Paul didn't really invite me either. I kind of invited myself.
You know,
He was mentioning it and he's like, "Oh, I thought I told you." I was like, when people say I thought I told you, that means they didn't really want you to come.
I'm like the stepchild of this place.
No, you're not. I'm not gonna let you get away with that.
Did you buy anything on Amazon Prime?
No, I don't want to buy anything, Harry.
Well, I'm gonna
I don't want to
admit
buy anything.
I'm gonna admit to something here.
Oh, what you buy, Harry?
By the way, you're
What?
listening to Love Babs Love Talk on WNHHLP 103.5 FM, your home for community radio. So you know that my lightning struck in front of my house and burnt out my living room TV. And I moved my kitchen TV to my living room. Yeah,
You
too
bought
many
you
TVs.
bought a new TV for $28.
65-inch for $370.
Oh, feel free to
4K.
buy feel free to buy me a TV, Harry, for Christmas for $20. I'll take it.
4K, I think 4K or 8K.
I don't even know what that is. What is that?
I mean, none of that stuff matters, right? Because the only people who really take advantage of that are the gamers.
Gamers. Yeah.
But but you go, oh, 4K. Oh, what? They have 8K now? And you're like, who cares? I'm just gonna watch TV.
Is the Prime deals over?
Yeah, they were over yesterday. But they
Well,
still have stuff.
Walmart will still be doing stuff and
Well, and Amazon will still have some like their stuff. Their Amazon stuff will be on sale for the rest of the week.
yeah, I
Yeah.
saw it because they were like
Like
you could
because the TV I bought is an Amazon TV.
oh, they make TVs?
Yeah, so now you don't even need the Fire Stick. It's just the
Oh,
TV with
are
the
you
Fire.
kidding?
So that's what I bought. So
Because I have a Fire Stick on my TV.
yeah, so you don't
My
need the Fire
TV's
Stick, the
about
Fire TV.
my TV's about to go too because it's on its last leg, and I'm gonna be pissed off if I don't go ahead and get another TV. Like, ah,
I want to put my kitchen TV back in the kitchen because it gets used on Thanksgiving. That's the only time the TV turns on
in the kitchen.
in the kitchen. Thanksgiving, where people are eating around the table, they go, "What's the score of the game?" You go and
Mm,
watch the game.
mm.
We do the everybody around the table, everybody gives thanks and everything before we eat, and then after that, the TV comes up.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool, cool.
So,
All right, so we're gonna take a break, right? And then I'll be back with the folks from who are working on well, Malik Jones and other folks who are working on raising the awareness around wrongfully convicted folks, which is, you know, Harry, I had no idea this was such a huge problem, but you know, when you know something, you can't unknow it.
I mean, that's kind of life, right?
Yeah, I guess. I can't imagine. This guy did 31 years for a crime he didn't commit, Harry, and they know it. And they still want to, the state still wants to.
They don't want to let you go.
And the feds already said this is done.
Yeah, but their paycheck, you know, that prison funding they is more important than your freedom.
I guess you would if that's what it's looking like. So anyway, he's gonna come on and talk about that. So we'll be back, good people. Stay tuned. Right. Look for the other link.
Let me cue some music here, because you know we should be ready every once in a while. Cue music.
That old robotic, futuristic George Jetson.
Yeah, just like Uniblab, robotic kicking flab, or flavor bit of batter, chitter chatter, matter than the Mad Hatter. I bet you buy shit, come by fatter. I got the data to turn your body into antimatter. And just like a piece of sizzling, you'll fit inside my stomach with the eggs and grits between. The king is what I mean. My man, get a cup and put some change inside your hand. Now hold up, let's make this official. Everybody, let's agree that MCs need a tissue. The folks my only issue. I bet your mama miss you, and I bet the Mac take off like an MX missile. No more you whining on the charts climbing as I make the phone kicking out more harder than a 9. And if you didn't know who's rhyming, I guess I'm gonna say Craig Mack with